All right. Okay, hello everybody, hello. So, let me first address the super whack theories I'm seeing in chat about why I'm leaving. So, so the Saturday stream is typically OU. I do OU, and then Thursday I do NatDex. I moved the Saturday stream to last night, Wednesday, because I'm leaving on Saturday to go visit extended family in another country. The trip will be 1 week, so there will be no streams next week, and then I will be back after that. So there are no taxes involved. There's no compensation. There's no tragedy in my personal life. I'm going to visit family. So anyway, a lot of people not optimistic about Xurkitree, but let me tell you, let's go over a couple things. So let's talk about Xurkitree last time. What did that look like? So I'll be the first to admit, Xurkitree last time, it didn't go that awesome. We started with some ideas about Scarf, some theories, if you will. And, then we tried HO, we tried it with screens and Tail Glow Electrum, and then we tried it on webs. And it just wasn't great. It was fine. It was fine. Has to go see his family in the Sinnoh honey trees. That's funny. So yeah, we tried some sticky, and it was okay. But I saw a set on some little YouTube channel. I can't remember who it was. It's like Dragon. No, it wasn't Dragon Lord. Dragon Lord's it was a smaller YouTube channel. Might have been something Dragon related. And they had this set. They had this set, I think it was Thunderbolt. Yeah, it was like Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Volt Switch, and Grass Knot. And it was just a pivoting. I think I'm probably going to go modest because I'm greedy. But I was like, okay, a pivoting boots set. Now that actually sounds kind of good because that Xurkitree can at least really ruin defensive teams, which is not, I'll be totally honest here. Obviously defensive teams aren't exactly the biggest threat in NatDex, but this with Pursuit Trapping to me felt like a really, really strong breaker and pivot. Here's the problem. Yes, Xurkitree is strong, but there's this thing called Tapu Koko, right? And Tapu Koko, yes, it only has 95 special attack, but with electric terrain, it's actually not that much weaker than Xurkitree. It's still weaker, but not by that much. And that incredible speed and the better typing, obviously Fairy being added on is good. So I'm like, I don't think I can really justify using this pivoting Xurkitree unless, remember guys, we talked about this. If you saw my video on whether you should ever use outclassed Pokemon, you'll know what I'm about to say. One of the times when you do want to use outclassed Pokemon is when it's not much outclassed and you can use it paired with something else. So you can kind of have the outclassed mon and the outclasser together to work well. And that allows us to run Rising Voltage. Now, Rising Voltage modest Xurkitree is something of a dream of everybody who's a greedy power addict like I am. So let's just look at some calcs here. Okay, so we are doing to Blissey about 40%. That's pretty good. Someone says, why not Z Hypnosis? Because we tried it and it just wasn't good. So you Volt Switch once and then you Rising Voltage and Blissey's gone, basically. Now there is a bit of a problem, which is Clodsire. Clodsire is not super common on stall, but it is out there and it can pretty much wall Xurkitree forever. So for that, we may need, we may need to bring in either like, yeah, also Z Hypnosis is inconsistent, and I don't like inconsistent stuff. That's very true in chat. Yeah, see, I don't think it was Draco Menace, because Draco Menace is too big. But it was another, like someone that's viewed YouTube videos again, like 100 or something views. But anyway, no, it is inconsistent. No, Z Hypnosis Xurkitree is absolutely inconsistent. Let's not be, come on, like, even if you hit or position yourself so you don't need to hit the Hypnosis to get a speed boost up, there's priority and there's like Scarfers that are all outspeeding you. So I don't think as a sweeper, Xurkitree really has what it takes. Now the benefit of running these guys together, and Tapu Koko, we might go Electrium, but the benefit of running these guys together, oh, so this is part 2, for those that weren't aware. The benefit of running Koko and Xurk is pressure grounds. In particular, Pokemon like Treads and Lou get destroyed by Xurk Grass Knot. Grass Knot is actually amazing on Xurkitree, and it's fantastic that it gets this. Like, check this out, right? Ooh. Look at that damage. That's almost two-shotting Tinglu. 43 minimum to Tinglu. That's from just a Boots Xurkitree. Incredible stuff. And then check this out, right? That's a Spadef Gliscor. Spadef Gliscor dying after rocks, which is huge as well, because a lot of times Koko, it can't really come in on the Gliscor. These guys actually can come in. Now, not exactly, because you don't one-shot. So we might actually go Expert Belt on this Xurkitree. It's a possibility. So we'll talk about Xurkitree set here. Potential Expert Belt. But yeah, whereas this Koko can't really easily get past a Treads and stuff, this, or, a Tinglu, this can. So they can kind of wear down stuff for each other. Now, you guys might also notice we've kind of done something like this before. It was a while ago. And the team actually worked very well. It was Mega Manectric plus Tapu Koko. So, right, we did this, and this team, Rising Voltage, it was a very similar idea, but this was more like 2 Tapu Koko. And this was a good team. It was a good team. But anyway, and yeah, guys, I don't know what are you talking about? Saying, yeah, Solar Beam. We don't need Solar Beam. We have Grass. Oh yeah, look at Treads against this Xurkitree as well. Like a max HP Treads is getting 2-shot by Grass Knot. It's hilarious. Does so much damage. But yeah, basically the one thing that actually does stop this thing is Clodsire, which is unfortunately in Nat decks like a very real Pokemon. So we probably want Pursuit. But yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, this was kind of double Tapu Koko, which is fine, but the problem is neither of these Pokemon really had the power I wanted to. None of them really had the power I wanted. So the idea behind this is we have Xurk, we have Koko, did I write? Yeah, potential Expert Belt. But now because of that, we have more power and we didn't use our Mega Slot, which opens us up to use Lopunny. Now, Lopunny, I like this here for a few reasons, and I'm not totally locked in on Lopunny yet. There are other options. I'm considering Pinsir as well, but I'll explain the reason I like Lopunny. The reason I like Lopunny is that it has double priority. It's really good against those offensive, hyper-offensive matchups. That is really nice. So someone recommended Electric Seed. Yeah, I'm just not a fan because of the pivoting aspect, but that's cool. I could actually see Grassy Seed being low-key really annoying on Xurk because it gets Calm Mind too, doesn't it? Yeah, like Grassy Seed, Calm Mind, Xurkitree, that could be sort of messed up. But I like the idea of Lopunny here. Fake out, quick attack set for a couple of first. As I said, it deals well with those offensive matchups. Xurkitree is obviously an absolute king at breaking fat teams, but it sees an HO team and it's like, well, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. It's not very helpful. Lopunny is kind of the opposite. You see a fat team, it's not very good. And think about the Pokemon that switch in on Lopunny. It's the birds, right? It's the Corviknight, Moltres, Zapdos. What loves a free entry opportunity on those birds? So the one thing we might also do is potentially run U-turn to help make that pivoting easier here and just have Fake Out on this, which I do love my Fake Out Quick Attack sets, but maybe if we can fit some priority elsewhere on the team, potentially with a Kingambit being our Pursuit Trapper, maybe we won't need the Lopunny. But yeah, this is kind of the theory behind the team. Yeah. And someone asking, isn't this set just a worse Raging Bolt? So no. Just think about Raging Bolt. First of all, Raging Bolt does not get Hidden Power. That's a pretty big L for Raging Bolt. Next thing, Raging Bolt doesn't get Grass Knot. That's another pretty big L for Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt does get Rising Voltage. That's a W for Raging Bolt. But Xurkitree, and also just look at this. Raging Bolt special attack 137. Xurkitree coming in here with 173. It's reversing those last two numbers. And someone else noted Axel. Yeah, triple Axel is a very real possibility here too. So I could see that. Yeah, but Draco pressure ground types more. Abso-freaking-lutely not. In what world is Draco from a Raging Bolt pressuring ground types more than Hidden Power Ice and Grass Knot from a Xurkitree? In no world, I'll tell you that right away. Yeah, no. Xurkitree is way, way better at muscling past ground types than Raging Bolt will ever be. And also, we can look at Ferrothorn. This is a pretty funny one. Look at that. In terrain, that's a partially Spinef has a chance to get 2-shot after rocks by Rising Voltage. It's just doing so much damage. I swear Pinka only Mega is Lopunny. Hey, I'll tell you what. Look at this number of sweepers in that decks and tell me Lopunny isn't the best Mega. Like, Scizor, pretty good as well, but point is, you need your Mega to have really good priority. And Lopunny is, you know, good for that. Lopunny is very good for that. And someone asked, is this an Alo Mola moment? Probably. Alo fits really well on these teams, and when I started constructing this, I was like, it's probably going to be an Alo. So yeah, that's a very real possibility. But the kind of issue is how are we going to fit that all? It's going to be a bit of a challenge. But yeah, Xurkitree does like Alo. Also, we are currently rank 1 in Nat decks. It's another fun little thing I'm not sure how many people are aware of, but we are rank 1 in Nat decks, which is pretty cool. Just to briefly explain how we got there. That is from this. This team I made last Nat deck stream we did. I think, yeah, last Nat deck stream we did. Scarf Nihilego. This team got me to rank 1. It was really, really good. So that team is in the link from the other stream. But yeah, and Trishula, the Mega Scizor guy, saying, yeah, that Lopunny is contact weak. Yeah, it really is, but that's why we like Xurkitree, right? Okay. So there are two kind of angles here. Offensive and balance. I think balance is going to work better with Xurkitree. The problem is I don't exactly know how to make a Xurkitree balance, because you start it with a balance and it's like Xurkitree can't actually, you know, touch anything. So like one thing we could do, kind of, it's almost like if we took this team and just sort of ripped out the Nihilego and Lele and put on Xurk Koko. That's sort of one possible vision of how this team could go down. The problem is with that, we miss out on a Pursuit user, so we wouldn't have that. And then we don't have a Zard Y answer either, which is rough. So yeah, that's kind of the challenge here. That's the challenge here. Yeah, I do agree. Zerk wants time to break, so we've got to kind of try to put it on a fat team, but how are you going to manage that? It might have to be a no mega type of situation, but then at the same time, it's like, well, if you have no mega, you know, sure, that sounds great and all for leaving room for the team, but then what do you do about, like, you still need a strong priority user. Maybe Kingambit, you know, maybe Kingambit. So isn't Sticky Web useful, guys? I swear to God. Yes. Yes, Sticky Web is useful, as it is for literally every breaker, but that does not mean Sticky Web is the right choice. Xurkitree. We tried Xurkitree on webs. It was fine. It wasn't great. We're going to try pivoting on a non-webs team. Okay, so let's just try to think about how to fit this thing on balance. So we need... Are there any 2 Pokemon that can finish here? Because we need a ground... Like, no, because see, here's the problem, right? We absolutely get smoked by Wellspring if we go, like, Alo. I don't think we can fit Alo, because Alo kind of needs Pharaoh, but we can't go Alo Pharaoh, because then we don't have an answer to... Zydog being like, hey, I'm a priority ground type user. Come over here. I'm tempted, but I don't think Zydog's the right move here. We could low-key put it over Mega Lopunny and then do Pharaoh Alo, though. I'll put that down as a version. Whoops, not Pharaoh Seed. Pharaoh Thorn and Alo, whoop, not Appletoon. Come on, what is with me today? Alamamola. All right, so this is actually a team. It's a little bit more on the offense side. Oh, and we have no removal, so that's not going to do. It's not going to work. Is it a Nat Deck stream without Tapu Koko? Asks Mr. S. No, it is a Nat Deck stream with Tapu Koko. Does Wise Glasses on Zerk one-shot Gliscor? Ooh, Wise Glasses is actually a great idea. Wise Glasses is better. Probably. Probably. Okay, let's check that Gliscor. So... Not guaranteed, but really close, and I feel like a lot of Gliscor are going to run some speed. So absolutely Wise Glasses, I think, is a super huge move there. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. QT Yandere in chat. Appletoon is the answer. This isn't draft. Appletoon. Actually, is there any redeeming... Like, would anyone... Okay, Thick Fat, Ripe, and... These are actually not bad abilities. This Pokemon could be... That's actually not bad. Just get Leech Seed too? Okay, maybe this Pokemon's cracked. Why does it get Sucker Punch? It can boost up to... Okay, this Pokemon draft Appletoon, but we're not doing it today, but draft Appletoon. Types Alo instead of clicking the top of the Pokemon list. I always forget it's there. I always type stuff in. Okay, yeah, so this is tough. Maybe we ditch Pursuit. How much are we doing? Claude's Eye. How much are we... Okay, that's not that much though, is it, eh? That's not that much at all. Although we do have Koko, you know, it's kind of to pressure as well. We do force a recovery every time Claude comes in. I think maybe we don't need Pursuit. I'm thinking the Pursuit perhaps can be ditched. I think Zerk is strong enough against Clodsire that we can sort of try to pressure it. If we have... Well, but that's if we have Wish. If we have Alo, I don't think we need Pursuit. If we have Alo. We might also go stay with the boots, but, I mean, are there any Pursuit... Like, I think we could do the Mega T-Tar approach, but I just don't think that's that good. You know, the other thing is, if you're going to run a special breaker and you have a Pursuit Trapper, why not just go with, like, a Specs Eval? Is the other question I kind of have. Weavile, yeah, you do see Weavile in this tier, and it does get Pursuit, so it could kind of compress that priority, but Weavile's also just not the best priority in Nat decks, because Volcarona is sort of a menace. No, I am using my own hazards, but Meep, I want to point, Lando says Lando gets defog, and then you EQ the Claw. The problem is, guys, so when it comes to chipping down walls, you need to actually chip them down. If you switch a Landorus into a Clodsire, the Clodsire is going to switch out. It's not going to just be like, rats, foiled again, and just die to the Landorus Earthquake. It's going to switch into a Corviknight. So, yeah, Clodsire, not really an answer. Or excuse me, Landorus, not a Clodsire answer. It like forces Clodsire out, but it doesn't actually get any damage on it. Thank you, Spot Dudester Games, for the $5 donation. I think this team is lack a Pincurchin. I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know about that. I don't think we need a Pincurchin. Z Parting Shot? What does Z Parting Shot do? Like heal you up and Parting Shot? That could be interesting. Yeah, so like the Specs Ival, Megatar, Pursuit. We did that before. So yeah, like why not just run an Ival if you're going to do the Pursuit thing? I think we have to rely on Xurk to just actually muscle past Claude on its own. But if we're going to do that, we need some additional support. Someone asks, is Xurk Rilla a thing? So yes, that is something else I considered, was Rillaboom. And it's still worth considering. I just don't know how feasible that is. Because I do like that it boosts Grass Knot, obviously. You know, that's nice. You get the 2-shot on Lou. It's definitely a core worth keeping in mind. We can probably develop that separately. We could also add an Ival. We could add an Ival as well. You know, like there's nobody stopping us from running our own Ival in addition to the Xurkitree, so that could be an angle. But that kind of Yeah, that's the thing. It kind of puts us on a more offensive track. But yeah, it's also, that's true. It is not great for Rising Voltage, but it is good for Grass Knot, so I still think it's fine. The problem with Flapple, someone wants a Flapple stream, is just that hustle. Like, I hate running. I hate running high horsepower because of accuracy. Hustle is like my worst nightmare. We need good priority, because that's, if you don't have good priority, you're a bad team, pretty much. But like, how does one deal with... You know, the other thing we could do is actually add a Raging Bolt and make this like a full-on electric spam. It's like overwhelm the opponent with electricity. That's a possibility as well. That fits well with Olo. Probably AV. Gives us kind of priority, but not really. Could a Curem not help here? No. So we're pretty much all set on offense with Xurk, Koko. We're basically just trying to deal with the offensive matchups. Guys, why do you like Curem on this team? Curem is like Xurkitree. It's slow, it's difficult to defensively support, and really good against fat teams. We don't need two such Pokemon. Like, Curem makes sense in the sense of it makes sense in the way of like, oh, kill ground types, but that's not really how it works out. Like, this could be kind of interesting. Only issue with Bolt is that it could just eclipse Xurk. I'm not worried about that. I feel like they'll all kind of feed into each other in a way. So, I mean, yeah, because I feel like you probably need an all-out to support this and keep these guys healthy. You can't go Ferromolt because then you get Volt switched on. You need a ground type. So, probably got to be a Great Tusk because when you have... No, actually, you have to be a Treads because Treads works with electric terrain and it likes the Surge as well. So that's kind of an angle there. I feel like we need a real ground resist for the last here. You know what might actually be sick is a Mega Pinsir here. But let's see if there's anything else, anything we're getting farmed by. So Ferrothorn is actually an absolute nightmare. Pharaoh cooks us. I honestly think Rilla might be the right way to finish this team. Because as weird as it sounds, I think these all kind of actually function well with both terrains up. This would be superpower. This might be hidden power fire on this guy, actually. That's one team. I don't know how good this is. Yeah, like your only dark resist being Koko is pretty bad too. I don't know. I don't think that's a good team. I don't think the Raging Bolt is the move. It's a fun idea, but I don't think it's the move. We do need pivots though to help Zerk get in. Like we absolutely do need pivots. Glow King could kind of help, but that doesn't really... Glow King is weirdly not defensively that potent in the tier. Diancie isn't that bad, because we'd probably have... Like, this team would probably be running, like, a max SpDef Treads, with, you know, with a probable Cork boost as well, so... I wouldn't be too worried about that with that previous team, but I still don't think it's that good for other reasons. Just the lack of Ghost and Dark Resist doesn't feel very good. I feel like Raging Bolt was the mistake there. But it's just so hard to find a Zard Y answer. Like, it feels like that Pokemon is just everywhere. I mean, like, maybe Moltres. Moltres is kind of the classic, like, slap it on and have your, you know, your dreams come true kind of thing. So maybe that's the angle. I mean, they don't run Ancient 15%. That's, like, not that low, guys. Like, okay, let's look at let's look at the Manectric team, because the Manectric team was good. One of the issues was just that it wasn't that great at muscling past ground types. So I'd kind of like to see if we just replace the Manectric for Xurkitree and maybe changed out... Okay, this could be, okay, so what if we went... Lopunny. So that's kind of gives us a ghost resist, sort of, you know, and we don't really have a dark resist, but we kind of have a dark resist. The problem is, with this being a Xurkitree, our matchup to Zard Y just got a lot worse. So I think we need to make some changes on account of that. I think it would be SpDef Molt. And I think it'd be SpDef Treads. Maybe Supercell Slam on these can be pretty good, especially if they outspeed Zard. Yeah, that seems decent. And we had some other... I use Munch stats for statistics. Accelerock is hilarious, is a Zard-Y answer. So this actually might be okay here. I think this may be worth a test. Yeah, Wise Glasses helps a lot against some of these ground types. I think like Ting-Lu, I wonder if we... Yeah, we actually get the 2-shot after rocks, at least, on Ting-Lu with Wise Glasses, which is crazy. So, but like I really kind of want to bring Rillaboom too. I wonder if there's a way we can adjust this team where it's not a Raging Bolt here, because this version honestly had promise as well. Are there any megas that kind of help us out here? Not really. But a mega free team is not necessarily a bad team. But because we were struggling with Dark and Ghost. Yeah, Pikalytics is mad out of date. It's really bad. Yeah, the problem with this team is Kingambit. Gambit weak. Also Kartana and Pharaoh. So that was the issue with that team. Is there a way we could change out Bolt to make it not so bad? We could go with a Fairy Resist Overbolt and change Treads to a Tusk, which would help against Kingambit. So that's a possibility. Moltres is a definite possibility here. Yeah, Moltres is a definite possibility. Yeah, I saw some people talking about Ampharos. I did see Ampharos, but like, guys, like, no. Like, just absolutely not. I mean, it's an Ampharos, right? So that's another possibility. So the elephants, that's an angle. Is there any world in which we put a dark type over here? Because it was Kartana was an issue and Kingambit was another concern. Kartana's really bad, actually. Yeah, we're never building Mega Ampharos. It's a dragon type that doesn't get dragon Draco Meteor. It's terrible. We're not going to build Mega Ampharos. Does it even get Nasty Plot? Doesn't even get Nasty. It doesn't even get Calm Mind. Guys, come on. What are we doing? Doesn't even get Rise. Guys, this Pokemon's absolute garbage. Literally no reason to use this. Let's look at some dark types. Like, I'd love to put on a Glasses Kingambit here, but then, like, Kartana just is... Kartana be existing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Molt's the only way to do this. I guess, like, Corviknight, but that just seems kind of worse. Yeah, like I think I like Moltres here better than Corviknight, so I don't see a need to really make that an alternate version. Yeah, the other thing is that I'm realizing the Tusk version would need to have a Corviknight, because this one, as it presently is, gets farmed by Tapu Lele. No Psychic Resist. No, I've not done an Age Slash stream. You're imagining things. It's not Mega Sharpedo time. It will be eventually, but... So, yeah, this is a version, but I like the Moltres Treads version better, so we're not going to do that. So this is the same team, but with Lopunny over Rilla. I didn't even realize that until now. Let's do a poll. Oh, we got a $5 donation from Mr. Lemon. Is it possible that some OU Mons would be worse in lower tiers because of the meta, similar to how some lower tiers had a niche in Ubers? Absolutely, yeah. There, I think... well, let's look at UU right now. I'm kind of curious to see how well Low Kicks is doing there. Okay, no, Low Kicks is better in UU, but it's really good in OU too. I'm sure there are Pokemon right now that are worse, that are better in OU than they are in UU. Let's see, I'll make this Gen 9 OU where all these Pokemon are illegal for a second. Like, let's see. I can think of probably Pincurchin, honestly, because you can actually make decent electric terrain teams, whereas in low tiers it's like literally just useless because there are no good abusers. But yeah, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but there definitely are some. And thank you for the donation. Let's see, I've lost it. Natdex, where is Natdex? Bro. This is crazy. Where's... Draft, doubles, like... Where's just regular Natdex? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm tripping. Okay, so let's do a vote. Yep. Rillaboom or Lopunny version? Rilla, Lop. Okay. Let's see what you guys have to say, because I'm honestly pretty neutral. If I had to guess, I'd say Lopunny is going to be better, because Mega Lopunny is kind of just a better Pokemon. But I'm not really dead set on it either way. Okay, seems to be more votes for Lop. We'll wait on that. Someone asked, what do I do against Freeze Dry Kyurem? It's going to be a Spidef Tread, so that's pretty much the plan. Okay, evening out, a few more in favor of Rilla, but yeah, I think that's probably where I'm just going to end it there. Lopunny's got a distinct lead, so we're going to do that. And you know, as things change, we might adjust, we might adapt our strategy there. Okay, and it's buffering, so it's going to load for a bit. Volt Switch and Grass Knot. Okay, here we go. So set, we'll go Modest because I'm greedy. This seems fine because Timid, like, you don't outspeed Gold, so it's just kind of a bad speed tier anyway. This set seems fine. Fake Out, Quick Attack, Return, CC. Actually, we're Spidef Molt, so maybe we don't need to go Super Spidef Tread, so this is probably fine. We can just throw it in HP. Actually, yeah, we'll throw it in HP. Oh, come on. Oh, undo, delete. Awesome. on Treads. We might want to go Electrium on Treads and change our Tapu Koko set, but for now, we'll stick with this. Limber, got to do that so you're immune to paralysis. It's actually not usually useful, but occasionally comes in clutch. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Any thoughts on Blaziken? For Xurkitree has multiple copies of Grass Knot. Thank you very much. Hidden Power, that would have been a bad one to miss. It used to just take a move slot away. I'm so glad they added that. It's good for gamers like me that don't like to check things twice or once. Also, guys, yeah, we are rank 1, so we're probably going to go down in ELO this session, but I mean, come on, like, how are you going to avoid that? When you're at the top of the world, the only place to go is down. But we are going to be facing respectable opponents, so that's the good side. See, I'm watching the delay, so I'm now seeing everybody in chat flipping out about Grass Knot. It's kind of funny. Like, Pinka, no! I'm going to cancel and try to research. I don't want to face someone who's in, like, 1400s. So yeah, I'm going to click battle, and then I'm going to go hit the bathroom while this thing loads. And we're still searching when I'm back from the bathroom. That's wild. Pinka, would you do a stream where you use Volcarona plus the 2 Sim Paradox Mons? I don't know what you mean by Sim. Okay, fine. And we're facing Lyra. Of course we're facing Lyra. Okay, fortunately, Lyra does not have any immunities to electric, so that's the good side of this. If we start clicking Rising Voltage, there will be no stop. Yay, says Lyra. So we've definitely been sniped, which I feel like we ought to have a really good matchup here, to be honest. We should have a really good matchup here. But, you know, things rarely work out so smoothly. I kind of want to go... I kind of want to fake out the Grimmsnarl. Like, immediately. We don't have a knockoff user. That's not great either. And just get Lopunny established. Other than the Zerk, because I missed the rest of the stream. Alright, cool. So apparently they don't know the team. I'll trust them on that. So that does influence the way we play a little bit. Does Treads outspeed Cloyster? No, yes if it's Adamant, but probably not if it's Jolly. And it's one of those Cloyster with Substitute, so we got to be aware of that as well. This is tough. Trying to think of the best way to make sure I don't get cooked here. The Cloyster is the biggest threat. That's what I'm most worried about by a pretty good margin, is the Cloyster. Because it's sub. We have Taunt Koko, so I feel like what I like here is Treads lead, can set up our rocks, unless it's Taunt. Oh, it's not. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that was a good move. We've been cloistered on immediately. I think we just have to block it from getting up a sub. So, yeah. Are we just going to lose to Cloyster right up? I didn't even consider that was a play, but I guess it totally is, isn't it? Let's Supercell Slam. So I think we're okay because of Lopunny. But we're going to have to sack Lopunny, which is the bad side. But I think we'll get through this. I do sack here. Like, oh, what? Yo? Tectonic Rage. That's new. That is new. Surely you're not substitute and that. Let's start by just doing the fake out, because that's always the play here. And then we can go all-o. We did get the roll, though. Yeah, it's been sub in the past, but it was sub Rock Blast before. If it's Drill Run, let's go all-o. Let's go all-o. I think we actually take a little enough that we can flip turn twice if it subs up, or like 3 times potentially. Let's see. Is it sub? It is sub. That's not good. But I think based on the calc of this, we should be okay. I think we should still be okay. I guess it's sub Drill Run. I thought it was sub Rock Blast. So obviously that's not great, but... So Molt could live here and roar. I think. No, it's Spadaf. We change it to Spadaf, so we're not living. So let's just go Molt back into Mola and flip turn. I think we sack Xurk after this. If they Shell Smash here, I believe I do break the substitute. Okay, they Shell Smash, I believe I break here. We got low rolled, cool. Okay, the sack, I believe, is going to be Xurk. Xurkitree is not defensively really anything here. We can check if Allo switches in. I don't think it does. Yeah, that's going to be pretty dicey. So we're just going to sack this here. Then we're going to go Mola, and we're going to flip turn. So we lost 2 Pokemon, got up rocks. Honestly, could have been a lot worse. Fake out's fine here. We don't have Roar and Molt. That's not great either. Let's return. Just get some damage off on this thing for next time. And then I think it's Mola time. The problem is, what do we do about a Xurkitree here? Okay, we're just going to Parting Shot it immediately. Fine. Cloyster Sack makes sense. I think we go Koko to block. What is Koko U-turn doing? 30, so that's gonna be 64. Koko U-turn. Okay, yeah, I think I see the vision here. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, we got to sack something here. I think it's got to be the Moltres, or is it the Aloe? Maybe it's the Aloe. I think it's the Aloe. Let's do that. Okay, we get... Oh, it's a fat one. I forget about that always. It's got a bit of bulk, so we're probably not going to actually kill. So I should have probably just Z'd there. Oh, no, but they didn't Z, so we're fine here. But yeah, we can still fake out first. No reason not to do that. And then we can just return here is fine. Okay, I'm going to CC. I don't think you're Scarf. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to CC again. And then we go Koko, because we have Taunt on Koko. That's the key thing I think Lyra might not know about. And we still have our Electrium intact, which is actually huge here. This is a white herb cursed body Pulti. So we don't have to worry about weak armor with Lopunny. Oh, they can't. They're double Z, right? That's so weird. If they can't Z, did I throw against that Xurkitree? Because I always... Z moves are something I still am like not that good at navigating, to be honest with you guys. We taunt here. Do they know? Okay, they don't know. Good. If they knew that, I'd have called a foul. All right, let's T-Bolt. Okay, we're going to get a Zerk sack here. That is good with me. We still want Koko on the field. It's like a fat Poltergeist too, which is really annoying. T-Bolt. Cool. Okay, we get the kill. We absolutely taunt if Zama comes in here. Bro, I'm taunting this a million years ago. Let's see. It's decent damage. Okay. And I think we just close combat here. Okay, Moltres time. If it has Stone Edge, it has Stone Edge. I think I've done the best I can with the resources I was given. Okay, let's Wisp. It's sub. That's not good. It's F-throw. Body press 2 shots now. Let's Roost. We're not going to break. Well, actually, we would break. But I think we play the Roost guessing game a bit. Okay, we're going to play it a little bit more. Actually, no. Let's Flamethrower here. If they get us, they get us. Wish we had Roar. Let's add Roar. This BS annoys me. Come on, Lyra. Just click a move, man. This team does irritate me. Like, there is some thought behind playing this and sequencing your Pokemon right, but it's like, it's just such a matchup fish. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I destroy this, and other times, like, oh, no, we're just gonna get cooked. It annoys me to face this team over and over with its minorly change sets and just, like, guess what new BS I'm gonna have to deal with. We'll see. Like, dude, it's a prediction. I mean, you don't have to think. What Crunch is the only wrong play. I'm so confused by that. Crunch is the only wrong play. Okay, let's check the teapot. I don't know exactly how fat it is, but I think the play is to F-throw here. And then as the teapot comes in, I think we U-turn here. Okay, that was correct then. Yeah. Dude, I'm glad we put Roar so we don't have to deal with this again. But this team is not fun to face. Cool. Okay, well, hey, we're even more dominant on the ladder. That's pretty cool. See if we can get to 2K. That'd be fun. But all right, there's a win. Xurk did absolutely nothing but get sacked. But that's what we expect against HO. We're playing Xurk here for the more bulky team matchups. Yeah, the crunch there was whack. I really don't understand why you crunch there ever. Like, I guess fish for a defense drop. But like, why? I don't understand that. But no, I've faced that team on these NatDeck streams like almost a dozen times now. I'm really tired of it. I'm at the point where I'm gonna like put in a Pokepaste of that team, those 6, and just before I like search with any NatDex team, make sure I have a godly matchup. It wasn't really a comeback. I just got lucky. Someone says you won if you didn't throw around the Xurk Z move. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I did kind of toss that one. HF. Ooh, actually, we should go Spidef Treads here. Go Spidef Treads for Lele here. So we'll change that after this game if I remember. Hopefully I remember. But for now, let's do what we can to not get fried here. I like Koko. I don't love Koko lead. This Xurk is the hero here. Xurk needs to do stuff this game. Mr. Lemon, what are you saying sorry for? I'm confused. Okay. What do you do? What do you do about this? Yeah, this seems scary. I'm really glad we have Roar now, but this just seems like a really scary matchup. Probably change. Well, no, we can't make Moltres Fizzdef again, can we? What do you do about this? Let's lead Koko and see what happens. Okay, it's a Lele lead, and the Lele is slower. Let's U-turn into Treads and hopefully not die immediately. Okay, they switch. That works for me. Oh, did we go our own? We have nothing for opposing. Well, that's not entirely true. We can go Molt, so we could Wisp. We could go into our own treads and play that game. I kind of like that. Let's go into our own treads. Let's do that. If they go into Mola, if they chicken out and don't want to mess with us, we can then. Okay, we're gonna do double treads. Okay, they get a critical hit. Not thrilled about that, but I imagine they want to get out of this situation here. Okay, that's good. See, here's the weird thing, right? This is such a weird guessing game here. I think I do the wish and then I flip turn into my own treads. I think that leaves me in a better position than it leaves my opponent. Oh, they what? They said Zapdos. It's insanity. All right, let's poison this thing. Okay, they're gonna Volt. All right, fair. Let's see what they go into. Allo. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, they didn't want to go into. They didn't want to get the speedy flip. Actually, that makes a ton of sense. I'm gonna wish, and then let's flip again. Okay, they get the fast one. They've not been getting, unless they forgot their EVs, they've been getting pretty bad luck with this. So, okay, in comes our treads. Cool. And let's go into our Koko on this, on a potential heat wave. And I'm honestly just going to go for the Gigavolt Havoc. Yeah, because I feel like you never go treads there when it's at such grit. And whoa, that's a fat Zapdos. So the Zapdos is still alive and kicking, so we've got to deal with that. We've seen that this Lele, based on the fact that it led, we can U-turn on this. We don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go Molt here because I feel like there's a good chance of Focus Blast. Yes, sirree. I forgot to... It's got me into... Thanks so much. Nice comment. And now I'm going to mute PMs because I forgot to do that. I like how these days, instead of getting racial slurs to remind me I forgot, I get nice messages. That's really great. I like that. So, okay, here it's going to be either a Psychic move or a switch into Allo. Like, what do we do about this? This is where the U-turn. Once again, I'd kind of like that. But it's like, it keeps shifting back and forth what I want to see. Low-key, Allo being paralyzed is kind of actually great here. I'm just gonna, let's throw out a flame. Oh no, we're gonna get Psychiumed. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Okay, you know what? It happens. Let's go, we can go Koko here. We can U-turn. The good news is our electric types are looking really scary. Okay, we barely don't get the kill. Here's what I can do here. I can Fake Out, and I kept Limber intact intentionally. We go Allo here. And we go for the slow flip. We will always get the slow flip now. Okay, it's going to be Lele coming in. Fair enough. Lele's going to heal too much. So, okay, let's go Koko, and we can U-turn here. Probably into treads. If they catch us, they catch us. Actually, I'm going to U-turn into Allo. And then we're going to flip turn. Okay, good. We got that. I'm going to Supercell Slam here because I feel like you go Allo. Please hit treads. Thank God you hit. You did it. ZQ. Okay, EQ on the top. That's fine. Let's EQ again. Okay, Zapdos can come out. Let's Rapid Spin. No para. Awesome. This is good. This is good. We did lose the Moltres, and there's a Zamazenta. So if that's ID, we're cooked. It's over. I'm going to Supercell Slam. I don't think you ever tech there. Cool. Okay, we catch it on the flip. That's good. Zama time. It's leftovers. No, it's Boots. Okay, Boots we can handle. That's pretty much best case scenario. Let's flip turn here. Can Allo come in here and just... I mean, excuse me, Xurk come in here and just Grass Knot? Looks like it can. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to G-Knot the treads. Beautiful. Can Lele come in here and Psyshock and just kill us without any... No, it can't. Okay, awesome. How much is HP Ice doing here? It's doing a ton. And we just get EQ'd immediately. Jolly Dragonite, dude? Like, seriously? Come on. Like, like, why? Okay, that's so sad. Xurkitree almost had a moment, and then it was the one Jolly Dragonite in the entire planet. Let's return here. Okay, I guess we should have CC'd. My bad. But, like, dude, that blows. Xurkitree was having a moment. Or it was about to have a moment. And then it was just the weird, like, Jolly T-Knight. Who runs that? Like, there's no Dragapult even in the tier anymore. Why are you running that? Okay, there's the Future Sight coming out. I kind of like Koko U-turn into Treads here. Let's do that. Zama comes in, we can EQ for damage. I think it's a fine play. Because we just need to chip this thing down for... Yeah, Lop Fake out here. Looks great. Oh, beautiful. They leave it in. Okay, I didn't think they'd leave it in. But okay, let's quick attack. D-Knight comes in, we go hard Allo, and we Toxic. Okay, that's not good. Not a good start. Okay, there we go. I think we should be good now. I'm going to... Okay, I was going to try to protect, but that's fine. Let's... We try to protect again. Okay, we get it this time. Great. Do we sack Koko here? I think we actually do. And then we fake out here. Okay, there we go. And we can easily win from here. All right. GG. Okay, got a little dicey there. I'm still thinking if we want to... Oh, I forgot music is gone. How long? I don't know how long music has been gone. Probably not that long, but we continue to express our dominance on the Natdex ladder. That's good. Yeah, Zerk wasn't that great there, and that was a balanced team, though, eh? I mean, that's not awesome. I'm still going to stick with Modest. I maintain that was BS, and we should have always outsped there. I guess a lot of gold do run Timid, but like, no, we need the Modest for the Gliscor calc. Do we want to go Spadaf Treads? I think we kind of do. I think but like, as good as it's been, I think we do go with that. So I'm actually going to go with Volt Switch, and I think a very fat set on this. Actually, do we want... Okay, if I wanted to outspeed like Tusk, we went like 300. Could we still get a Spadaf boost? Would that be possible? No, not at all. Not even close. If you go plus, is there a way to get a Spadaf boost? No, it's still maxed out. It's 262. Maybe that's okay. We're a bit slow, but we're not that weak to hazards, kind of. I don't know. We'll try. Ghost type sorcerers just aren't that common in Natdex. I think let's try. We want to outspeed Bolt. We'll go for that. Or no, Heatran is like 254, right? Something like that. Or it's 253. So we'll go 254 for Heatran and then like a super Spadaf Treads. I think this is going to be better. Just give us more on the special side. The speed control will be missed, but I think it's worth it because we have such a Lele issue right now. So this is not... Someone says it's Aloha Natdex. Why is Iron Treads here? This is Gen 9 Natdex. Yeah, I'm Wise Glasses for Gliscor. mostly, but it gives us a potential 2-shot on Tinglu as well. But yeah, one-shotting Spadef Gliscor is the reason I'm Wise Glasses. With Glasses, you HP Ice kills Spadef Gliscor in one hit, guaranteed, or almost guaranteed. It says like 83 or like 83% or something like that. And as for why, thank God, almost just did that with the minus. Even with Volt Switch, we go minus special attack on this. We don't want the minus attack. Yeah, I realized it in time. But yeah, the Wise Glasses allows you to guaranteed one-shot Spadef score, which is nice. And yeah, just generally stronger. I didn't want to run Expert Belt for the super effective hits because Rising Voltage with Wise Glasses is pretty cool too. That's pretty much it. Just double check, make sure I didn't do anything else stupid. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, this is pretty cool, eh? Okay, we're finally... It's a Clodsire stall, of course. The reckoning has come. The reckoning has come, folks. Okay, Koko lead. Let's go immediately into Xurkitree. Sableye doesn't want to deal with that. Yep. Oh, oh, baby. Woo. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's HP Ice the Claude. Okay, that did 0. That's kind of what we thought was happening, though. All right, and let's EQ the Mega Sableye. Okay, and let's Volt Switch. And let's see if we can burn this thing with Molt. That's what I'd love. I'd love to burn this thing. There is an angle with Lopunny here, depending on their team. Let's Flamethrower. I don't think Sableye wants to take this damage. Oh, I messed up the attack thing, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to go slower treads and... Okay, I don't know what the maneuvering... You could have just brought Blissey in on a Flamethrower, but alright, fine. Let's EQ here. Actually, let's... okay, wow. Yo, it had counter, dude! What? Alright, that's some absolute BS. That's just... Yeah, what are you gonna do about that? Like, actually, what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna do nothing. Okay, we just got totally screwed over by a really dumb set, and that's just how it is. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, let's just save our time. Like, is there any... Okay, I'll try to win with Zerk, but, like, I think that's it. We can try to HP Ice here. No, they're not scared of it. Why would they? We can throw off a T-Bolt. Yeah, no, they're just stacking hazards. Claude comes in. Go Molt. Maybe they'll be willing to let this get burned. That could be a nice throw for us. No, they're not going to let that happen. Okay, there's maybe a way here. There's maybe a way here. Oh, I forgot. We're not going to get that. And it's Sludge Bomb, which is the absolute worst set for us here. Okay, let's go Zerk here. We can try to make something happen. We need some, like, critical hits or something like that. It's HP Ice. Critical hit here? This is where we're at, is fishing for critical hits. Okay, they used 2 recovers. That's good. Let's wish, I guess. I mean, this is an absolute disaster. Let's go Mola again. Let's try to wish up the Lopunny. It's flip turn. We're still not getting poisoned, so that's one good thing, I guess. It'll happen eventually, but like... Yeah, counter... Like, that's just so dumb. It's not a good set. It's just... Yeah, that's so irritating. And we have... And it's like, it had to be Clodsire stall. Like, Clodsire is not a stall staple. It's common, but like, that's just super annoying. I mean, yeah, that's just absolutely dumb. Absolutely so dumb. Let's Volt Switch. Maybe the Clodsire has no attacks. I think that's our next angle, is that we PP stall it because the Clodsire does not have one single attack. Yeah, I'm honestly just annoyed. There's no reason to be running that. There really isn't. It's U-turn here. In comes the Clod. Let's go Lop, and then we'll double Zerk, and then we'll click HP Ice. And now we're just going to stay in and hope it doesn't have Earthquake for some reason. Critical hit here? Yeah, like we are stalling out recovers. I don't think we're doing this anywhere near fast enough not to just lose to Sludge Bomb. Okay, hold up, folks. It might not have an attack. It has EQ. GG. Yeah. Okay, super dumb. Absolutely not happy at all about that game. We've lost rank 1 to the stall joint and their like count. It's just, yeah. Had I known that, what irritates me those games where if I'd known would have gone a totally different way. And that's absolutely one of those games. It's like a super rare BS set, just totally ends your game. And that sucked. That sucked. Nothing good to be said about that one. Does Zerk get any like taunt or any like BS move it can use to get past the Clodsire? Like, not really, right? Yeah, like I was thinking the absolute worst case scenario is a Clodsire stall for Xurkitree, and then we face that with Sludge too. Not even easier to chip. Like with if it was Boots, it was specifically Sludge. And then we go and yeah, no, that was just so dumb. That was so dumb. Yeah, there's no, that was as, if Treads was alive, that was not an unwinnable matchup. If I knew the Blissey had freaking counter, a move with like near zero usage on that Pokemon, we would have been fine. We would have been fine if but losing our removal and because pressuring Sableye there with rocks and like EQing it down with Treads, that was kind of the game plan there. Treads was very crucial to that game plan. So yeah, that was just super stupid. Okay, this looks like a pretty decent one for Zerk. Let's start with Zerk, because they're probably going to lead Gliscor. It's HP Ice. Lou comes in. Let's play aggressively. I'm feeling like it. No one clicks EQ here. How did that do so little? What was I calcing against? Okay, so here's what Calc is telling me. Calc is telling me max defense Ting Lu is taking 47 minimum. I just did 36. Someone want to run by me how that's possible? You guys are seeing the same thing I am, right? Vessel of Ruin, max Spadef Ting Lu. It's AV. It's an AV Ting Lu. What a world, man. Let's flip turn, I guess. Holy. It's an AV. I couldn't believe my eyes. And then I realized there was no leftovers recovery. Why are you running AV Ting Lu, dude? That's just like, okay. All right, we're facing an AV Ting Lu. Cool. I thought you only played OU. Nope, I've been playing Natdex for a while. Okay, there we go. Let's do the same thing. HP Ice. They might think they live this time and not expect Wise Glasses. Okay. Let's Volt Switch, and then let's just go... Alo. Okay, that's fine. Toxic, yeah. Let's check that flip turn damage from Alo. Okay, Bulu's going to come in. All right, so that indicates it's not AV. Let's check that U-turn damage. That's H. What, guys, what kick? That did 9. This is a max defense Tapu Bulu. What are the odds we face a defensive Tapu Bulu? What are the odds we face a team that has this many Xurkitree resists? Like, holy man. It's like Xurkitree killed this guy's whole family or something. I'm so lost. All right, let's set up rocks because this is an absolute max defense Bulu, so it's probably not going to do that much to us. Okay, I'm going to Volt Switch here. Let's go Alo. Okay, that's not good. Thunder Punch, yeah, that's going to kill here. Oh, what do you do about this? Let's go Treads, and then let's Volt Switch into Molt and try to burn this thing. Okay, and we get Wild Charge Red, and we get nothing. All right, let's Fake Out. Probably we just lose to Drain Punch, but, I mean, I don't know what else to do here. That did 0. Yeah, I think our entire team loses to SD Iron Hands. Yeah, we have nothing for Drain Punch after Molt died. That did so little, man. This is max HP, I think, as well. Probably not max defense as well, but like we can maybe go Koko here. Okay. I think Xurk may have saved us if we get this kill here. Okay, Bulu's going to come in and take 0. All right, we probably lose to Bulu now. If we're being totally honest, we probably just lose to Bulu now. We can maybe go Lopunny here, try to... Yeah, Hornleech is just going to be doing way too much. We can Fake Out here. Maybe there's an angle where this is, like, doable. Yeah. Let's go Mola. Let's Tect. I'm hoping not the hard switch. They did the hard switch? Okay. Yeah, I would have protected if I anticipated the hard switch, but I just didn't think they would. Let me Flip Turn. Okay, I called the Drain Punch correctly. That's good. I think we're okay to let Lopunny die, so we're going to go into this and do the Fake Out thing. Okay, Mola's going to come in. All right. Hands is so, yeah, Hands is ball. I'm seeing it, dude. Okay. Bulu, yeah, Bulu Hornleech is killing here. Okay, that did 0 to our Treads. That's the good news. Let's Flip Turn. I mean, excuse me, Volt Switch out of here. Okay, Mola. Okay, this is a Xurk time. Gina does not quite kill here. Rising Voltage, I think, will. Let's HP Ice to call the Bulu. Okay, that did 0. Is this an AV Lax? I think we're facing an AV Lax. Let me calc this. Or not calm, it'd be, careful. That did... Yeah, it's an AV Lax. Literally everything just AV. No, it can't be. Use Toxic. How is this possible? Oh, it's Thick Fat. That's how it's possible. Wait, no, hold on. Thick Fat, that was included. Thick Fat was in that calc. absolute max is doing 7% displayed minimum. So I just don't know how this is possible, actually. We get paralyzed immediately. Cool. You'll love to see it. It's volt switch. Okay, we do get the volt switch. That's good. Let's rising voltage. Actually, yeah, let's rising volt. Okay, Bulu comes in. Fine, let's volt switch. We can grass knot. This thing dies. In terrain, this thing dies. Opponent throwing. This is good. I think we might be about to solo this team with Xurkitree. Hold up, guys. Hold up. We might be about to solo this team with Xurkitree. I think that's what you're watching happening right now. This is max defense. It dies here. Guys, we're about to 6-0 a team with Xurkitree. You gotta like the stream for what's happening, unfolding before your eyes. If this is a speedy Gliscor, I'm going to throw my computer out the window. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Okay, come on now. That was... Whew, that was a rush. Oh. This was some BS, man. This was some BS. Holy. Okay. Dude, what was that? What was that? What was that? Oh my god. Like, what do you... I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say. So what we're going to do before this next game, we're going to put a Kingambit over Megalop. As much as I don't want to do that, I really don't want to face that stall guy again without an actual answer. So we're going to run a set that I think is pretty funny, which is... Triple Dart Kingambit, baby. No, the opponent didn't really throw there. Zurk was actually well positioned, which is the funny part. Let me go 8. Maybe speed creep other gambits. I'll go with 20. Speed creep some other gambits. You never know. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty wild. That guy's team was so irritating. But although there is something to be said for SD hands on a grassy terrain team. Yeah. There's something to be said for that. But I think it kind of would just, like, my team's weirdly bad into hands on the other hand. Yeah, could be Lop. Or excuse me, Weave over Gambit. That does create some issues, but we'll start with Gambit here. Okay, before I click this, let me just make sure I put the Gambit set Supreme over. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Because I do not want to face that stall guy again and be caught unaware. Is Weavile Sash upper hand worth running on this set? Weavile Sash, no, you should never really. I don't think you should hardly ever run Weavile with upper hand. Maybe on like a Life Orb. Maybe you could, maybe. I'm thinking, but no. Honestly, you should almost, upper hand is just a terrible move. It's just a terrible move. Would Dazzling Gleam work on Tapu Koko better? Maybe. Hey, where'd the other Flapple go? I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't Melm really destroy this team? I mean, we've gotten all a Momola, a Treads, a Moltres, a Xurkitree, and a Z-Electrium Koko. Pretty much every Pokemon on this team except Kingambit is pretty good against Melmetal. So if we lose to Melmetal and like a Melmetal runs through our team, I think we are the problem, not the team at that point. What if Weavile got another evolution? It would probably be pretty good. But yeah, Upper Hand is a terrible move. It's like the most fraudulent move ever. It's like, oh, it moves before other priority, but it fails if your opponent doesn't use priority. So it's like you're giving up a coverage slot, you're giving up a... you're giving up a slot. Like, Weavile could be running Ice Shard to hit priority. So, like, what do you run? Because Upper Hand, Banded Upper Hand is terrible. So you're running Upper Hand on, like, gotta be like a Boots or Life Orb Weavile or something like that. And just, like, SD... Knockoff, Ice Shard, Crash, Axle, Low Kick, Pursuit are all better moves. So I think just using Upper Hand is kind of a mistake. Yeah, Upper Hand, I have seen Upper Hand clutch out a huge win in a draft game before. It was pretty hype. It was on a Greninja. Toxicroak stream soon. I'm kind of doing my own thing with Toxicroak, sort of on the side. But there'll probably be a video on Toxicroak. I think it deserves a video. But I wanted to do it on my own because it's just so many tiny adjustments to a team. It's basically me just playing Toxicroak. Like, if I had streamed all my Toxicroak games, it would have been Toxicroak part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 probably by now. And people just don't want to see that. Like, part 2s always get less viewers, which I'm not like complaining or hating. Like, you guys want to watch what you want to watch. That's totally fine. But people don't want to see me play Toxicroak a million times in a row, generally. Some people do, most people don't. Okay, Alo lead. Seems pretty good. I'm gonna throw off a Toxic immediately. Okay, we get knocked off. I'm happy with how this is going. Go Treads, let's rapid spin these. I'm really happy with how this is going. Let's set rocks. Wow, they're not even going to try to remove them. Sick. Okay, we do not die to an earthquake here. So let's EQ this thing. This game is going really well. I am really happy with how this game is going. Holy. Okay, let's Volt Switch here. And let's bring in Zerk. Sick. I'm going to HP Ice. In hopes of catching the Garchomp. Okay, that's fine. We can G-Knot. Actually, do we kill with Volt Switch? Because if so, that's better. Maybe. But let's G-Knot for guaranteed. Cool. This game is going really well. The only way we possibly, like, lose this... let's go Molt here. Okay, cool. Let's... F-Throw. Good. Let's Roost. T-Bolt won't kill us here. Okay, let's F-Throw. Let's Roost. Sure. Okay, kind of some sort of weird playing from our opponent, but it's fine. Let's go Mola. The only thing we can't lose to is the Garchomp. That is the only way this goes downhill. Let's calc that Moltres down. Was that Specs? That was Specs. Okay. Because Moonblast was doing... Yeah, that's Specs. Let's Tech here. Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. We can go Treads totally safely on this, and let's just Volt Switch. T-Bolt. I'm just going to see. If you go into Garchomp here, I am so happy to HP Ice this thing. Okay, I think Gigavolt, Assault Vet, it's an AV set, right? Surely. I think Z... 83% chance to kill absolute max spit F. We go for that. Cool. HP Ice. Mega. Who'da thunk? Everybody, I bet, saw that one coming. Oh, Fixed Treads EVs. Make it spit F. So here's the crazy thing is that we're actually low-key kind of still at risk here. I sort of want to go Molt and Roar this thing. So we don't risk the Wisp miss even. And then we can go Allo and have that positioned. The reason I want to Roar it first is in case of Substitute. Okay, has that. Fine. Very good. Molt's Toxic time. Excuse me, Mola. There's no way it's sub at that point. Okay, what? That's a really weird play. It's Toxic again. They're just like, hey, what if I let my Garchomp get chipped? Wouldn't that be cool? I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be pretty awesome. All right, cool. And we're going to end this game with Xurkitree. Good game. And I think with that, we've tied rank 1. We've tied rank 1, but it doesn't show us as rank 1, which is annoying. We might still get the stall guy. I don't think the stall guy's laddering anymore. That's their game for the day. And only having this as speed. Let's check if they're still online. Okay, they're here. So I'm gonna go. I don't think we got stream sniped, but that was a shockingly bad matchup. I do wonder a little bit if we got stream sniped. Like, not with them watching our every turn, because I don't think they were waiting that long, but, like, let me load up an absolutely unbeatable counter team type thing. Seems possible. But I have absolutely no evidence, so don't hate on this guy. There's no evidence. Don't hate on this guy. If I see anyone hating, I'm going to be very upset. But that was a terrible matchup. But what I hate about this team is that Koko is the only speed. Okay, here's what we can do. Let's adjust this. Because now that we have Gambit on this team, we're less bad against Psychic. And we can go Speedy Treads, I think. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call this is Lopunny version. And Treads here is going to be Max. And does it really matter to outspeed? I guess it kind of does. We'll outspeed the annoying Heatrans. I think that's going to be best for Treads on this team. So that'll give us the... Actually, we can go 248. Okay, that I think is good for Treads on this team, the Lopunny version. And then this is the Kingambit version. This one will have a Speedy Treads. Let's check if Max Speed Iron Treads outspeeds Cloyster, because I'm actually so tired of the Lyra team. I never want to lose to that team again, which I know we didn't lose today, but we came far too close for comfort. Oh no, that's with Cork Drive as well. We don't outspeed. Okay, so it's hopeless anyway. Let's outspeed Zard. And yeah, speed boosting on this is fine. Some people in chat saying minus defense. Did I accidentally put minus defense on the other tread? I may have. We'll go fix that in a minute. I put minus special attack. Where's the minus defense? Oh. So it wasn't plus attack, it was plus. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take the defense. Sure, defense is fine. I don't think plus split F is that important. Yeah, I don't want to lose defense EVs, so I don't think plus split F is that important. We're just gonna go with that. But this isn't attack, right? Yeah, no, this will be defense. I don't know why people are saying it was attack boost. Yeah. They're still playing the game after mine, huh? I want to try to... Well, maybe we can do some sniping of our own. I'm tempted. But no. We'll just go about this the honest way. And search. Actually, do we want to outspeed... Let's outspeed Garchomp. It's 333, right? I know we don't have any like great moves to hit Garchomp, but could help for taking one out. That's a little chipped or something. And low key, actually, let's outspeed Nihilego because that might be on the ladder, thanks to me. Not to sound too cocky, but that probably would be why Nihilego's on the ladder right now. Okay, and then we'll go in HP. Flame Body, Quark. Okay, this is workable. Wise Glasses boosts special attack by 1.1. The reason we like it here is because it gets us the guaranteed KO on specially defensive Gliscor with Xurkitree. The reason we didn't go with Expert Belt, which would boost special attacks, which would boost, super effective hits more, is because Wise Glasses also boosted Rising Voltage and Volt Switch, which gave us some nice kills as well. Low-key, I really want to try sniping the stall guy. Is there any way we can, like, search for games? Lifestyle? What? Or life and hobbies? I really want to try sniping this stall guy. I don't know if they're playing anymore, though. Canceling frequently ensures you get a high ladder opponent. It'll help us in the snipe. In before they are just watching the stream right now and they're like about to load up like what would be good against this team that's stall? Like I feel like not much, but I guess if you're trying to go Pursuit Trap, maybe like an AV Max but have Ting Lu about to roll up with one of those. I think we give up on the snipe. I'm just going to search. Watch battle. How do you do that? Watch battle. Oh, hold up. Matt Dex. Minimum elo 1900. Okay, nothing. It's just Lyra, guys. The stall guy is not playing. It's a cool tool. This probably doesn't show hidden games though, which the stall player might be doing. Lyra is in so many games right now. Lyra, what are you doing, bro? You're in so many games. No, I'm not dual streaming. I'm just streaming on YouTube. I could maybe start doing dual streaming with Twitch. We'll watch Lyra as we wait for a game. Lyra, you're in the spotlight. Let's see if you're good or garbage. Okay. Focus blasting and Olo, not the strongest start, I'll be honest. Well, I never watch battles. I don't use that feature. Why would I know about it? Is a better question. But no, I'm not like, I'm good at using PS for the things I do, but not for watching battles. It's a new one. Weird how they just skip 1800. Actually, I guess they kind of go up in intervals. Lyra is in like 18 games right now. All right, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. You guys can have fun watching Lyra. All right, I've returned and we're still watching Lyra play. And let's see, not much has gone on. Just, okay, oh, we're facing this. All right. I mean, we have an Iron Tread, so that's good. But this is actually looking... Oh, you know what I forgot is a Wellspring answer. I just slapped an Olo on this team and was like... Okay, well, anyway. Let's see what we can do about this. Kingambit with glasses looks really nice here, so that's good. Yeah, the Spadef, this is a terrible combo for Wellspring, though. This team is super Wellspring weak. Let's lead with Olo. Okay, cool. Let's Toxic. What's our opponent's elo? 17-15, so they're actually competent, which is the rough part. Like, if they were just some random, not very good player using this team, you know, it'd be like, okay, whatever, right? But, okay, we got that, which is good. Let's Tect. I'm going to Toxic here. I don't think you... Okay, yo, what? All right, that's weird. Let's Toxic again. Let's Flip Turn. You absolutely... I was going to say, yeah, there is literally zero world in which you... We could go into Molt and Roar. The problem being we might bring out the Wellspring. Let's go into this. Let's Wisp. Then we can Roar. Okay, we don't bring out the Wellspring. Great. Could just Flamethrower. I kind of like that. Let's just do that. Okay. I'm going to Flamethrower again. Okay, that's Specs. Let's go Treads. Okay, beautiful. Let's spin here. We're so likely to die. I kind of want damage on this. I think the right play is sacking Molt, though. And we can U-turn here. I don't think they'll stay. Oh, they do stay. You just said, you know, you just did it. Okay. Let's go Gambit. And I think Pursuit, honestly, is good here. Heck yeah, we get it. We Pursuit Trap it. That's huge. That is huge. And that's, I believe that's a Specs Alolan confirmed. Let me double check that, but that Alolan damage on Molt. It's not Life Orb, is it? Yeah, no. It's in electric terrain, and it did outside of terrain, did like 75, right? Yeah, that's specs for sure. Okay, so this is not too bad. We could just go... I think I like Koko and U-turn here. If they stay in, we go back into Olo. But I'm hoping for like... Okay, they stayed in. That's fine. We can actually Wish up here. Okay, instant treads. Yeah. That Dragon Pulse did a billion%. That is as choice specs a Raging Bolt as ever I've seen. We Rapid Spin here, for sure. Okay, great. Do we let this thing get up a Reflect? Is that worth rocking up? That's the question. Well, hold on, though. We can just kill, like, everything with Earthquake, can't we? So I think we just spin again. And then we Earthquake the world. That feels like the answer here. So let's see. Focus Blast. See, this is the problem. There is a world here where Focus Blast kills us. So I'm going to go Olo. And then we're going to Flip Turn. Let's check that damage. That Flip Turn did 16. Okay, so that indicates that this probably is the spread we're dealing with, which treads should get a guaranteed one-hit KO. So let's just do this. Okay, good. No BS there. No funny business. You die. Let's check Olo Flip Turn damage earlier. 30. Okay, yeah, you're dying. Okay, you don't die, but you don't kill me. GG. Okay. 5-1. Xurkitree had one good game where it did a ton. It's a good stall breaker. We end with... we end at rank 1, higher than where we started. That's pretty good. And as I said, Xurk would have... Now, I will say, here's the problem. Most of these games, Xurk has been useless. We should acknowledge that. It has been absolutely useless in most of these games. I don't know if there's any remedy to that. If there's any like set or change that would make this thing, like, you know, better. Maybe like Tail Glow over Tail Glow over Volt Switch, maybe. Change Xurk set, T-Glow over V-Switch. I just don't know. There are some possibilities with this team, but like, you know, the other thing is it's so weak to well. Like, even though we did well as far as ladder goes and went 5-1, I don't know about this team, guys. I really don't. Like the Wellspring thing, the Wellspring issue is not an imaginary one. It is so real. So maybe the Rillaboom version was the real good version all along. I'll probably put this one in the description, but yeah, for those that have watched the whole stream, the reflection is maybe the Rillaboom version was actually better. It doesn't Pursuit Trap, but it is really good in a lot of stall matchups, just with banded, like knockoffs and U-turns and such. Yeah, the Xurk just didn't do much, though, did it? It didn't do too much. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe you just can't use Zerk. Maybe there really just isn't a good reason to use it. But it did do really, really well against that one fat team. But I can't help but wonder, just like, are there not better ways to beat fat teams? Because like this could be a Specs Iron Valiant here, is what is like the fact that's, you know, bumping through my head, is that this could be a Specs Iron Valiant. And I wonder, like, this could be a modest Specs Ival. Would that not just be better? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, well, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the last time we try Zerk. Unless some set I'd never thought about really knocks my socks off, I think probably we roll with that. But yeah, there's not a lot of flexibility with Xurkitree as a Pokemon. There really isn't. Like, I mean, it can throw off a Toxic, but that doesn't... like, breaking wasn't the issue. It was the speed. Scarf, I think, would just make this not worth using, though, to be honest. Like, we could go Scarf Xurkitree here, but, like, the whole point is the flexibility and the power that Koko doesn't have. And if a Gliscor can just protect and then switch, it's like, why are you using this in the first place? I don't know. But either way, it was fun, and we ultimately managed to, you know, take back rank 1, and we went 5-1. So even though Zerk is not the most impressive thing ever, and probably we won't, you know, try it out again, that's a win. So thank you guys very much for attending. There will not be another part. I think we're all set there, but this was fun. I will try to end this on time. We'll do this. Sunchat, try Z Hypnosis. We tried the Z sets. They were not good. With max HP, it's inconsistent, but not max. No, we're not going to do that. Maybe on like maybe like Blunder Policy with Zap Cannon on like a grassy, like on a Veil team. Was Blunder Policy Zap Cannon maybe? But I really don't know. I really don't know. But okay, well, maybe I'll write it down. Maybe we'll do it at some point. But for a while, we're going to be done with Xurkitree. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let's stop this in 3, 2, 1.